All right, we are over here at Todd Wenzel Buick GMC, and we are sitting here with Dave. And congratulations are in order. You are obviously on board over here at the sales department. So let's talk a little bit about how we first initially contacted you.
Sure.
What was your thoughts on the process of us recruiting for you?
The first email I got from you was first week of January or so, and all I could think is, there's no way I want to sell cars. That's just, I don't want to be that person. Mm-hmm. And so I ignored it. About a week and a half later, I got another one, and it must have just hit me at the right time. I thought, you know what? It never hurts to go in, talk it over, see what it comes up to, and it was professionally done. And so set up the appointment to come in, and it was really, in my mind, I guess I was thinking, you got to practice interviews every once in a while. So I was coming in for that.
Gotcha. So tell us a little bit about our little experience with our interview.
The interview was interesting. I got to say, I don't think we were in it 10 minutes, and you were trying to talk me out of the job. You'd seen my experience with sales management and being a executive level and everything else, and you told me several times, this is not for you, and basically challenged me to say, well, if you want it, you can have it, but you're going to have to call me back. And you kind of put this buzz in my ear that said, maybe I need to check this out a little bit more. You had more confidence than I could believe that this was the right thing for you. And so I went home and thought about it and thought, you know what? I got to give this thing a shot. At least find out some more information on it. So that's when I called. I think I called 3 times.
Call Amanda
to get on the list, and finally She called me back and said, "Okay, you're persistent. You got it." So
exactly. I said, well, hey, if he's calling back, if he wants to know more about it, then let's give him the opportunity. Mm-hmm. So, and here you are, right?
Absolutely.
So, speaking of your history, give us a little bit of your background.
I've worked in a lot of different jobs. Sometimes my choice, sometimes not. But I actually started in telecommunications in the 90s and worked in that for a while. I went into engineering. I kind of dropped into sales that way just because they asked me to go talk to some people that I knew. And my sales career started out with spending 3 days listening to them tell me everything they wanted. And they finally asked, are you ever going to sell it to us? So it was kind of a weird start. But from there I moved into retail, did some retail work, did some retail management, managed 6 states and about 50 some odd employees for a while. Moved into a little more corporate, doing fuel, oil, and energy sales. Managed a sales team with that, covering the entire state of Michigan. And that's where I was on executive boards. I was, really thought that's where I wanted to be. And changes happened, things happened, and all of a sudden I found out I wasn't there anymore. From there, it was trying to find something that fit. I went into education and did that for about a year, and that didn't fit. Every place I went, they were downsizing. It seemed like every place I was at, someone's pulling the plug on this, or someone's changing direction on that, or we don't need to have 3, we only need 2, and it seemed like everywhere I was going, I was downsized. So I was just trying to find something that gave me a shot to move forward. And no matter what they say about the economy, executive positions aren't open. They're not hiring. They're not even interviewing for them. And so it was really difficult for me to find something. So when I talked to you, and you started talking about the options here, and basically running my own business, doing my own thing, having control over my life, that really appealed to me.
Good. So we've had the opportunity to work together this week, right?
Yeah.
Training. Give us your thoughts on the training.
Part of my past has been training as well, training my employees. I was a corporate trainer for just a little bit of time, and I thought that the information presented was awesome. It was dead on. It was exactly, there was no fluff to it. It wasn't, let's talk for 5 days about why this is going to work for you, and then we'll spend 30 minutes on what you actually do. It was actually get in there, make it happen. This is how it works, and I can tell you this is how it works. This is what these people do. You brought in different people from Todd Wenzel here that have been through your training before, and they testified to that it worked well, and that things that they were doing, and sometimes what they did didn't fit, and boy, if I'd have tried that, it would have worked. I think the thing that kicked me just today, was when Sherry came in and said she used some of your stuff on a customer, and it worked. And she was excited. She'd been struggling so hard to sell cars, and she just sold her first new car. That's exciting to see that. And I saw the look on your face. You were proud of her. Mm-hmm. And she's excited, and she's bouncing all over the room. So there's an energy there. There's an excitement there. I'm looking forward to being able to do the same thing.
It's funny, you asked me, you go, well, you act like you're surprised. I go, I'm not surprised. You act like you're surprised it worked. I said, no, I'm not surprised it worked. I'm just surprised she used it.
And she'll use it every time since, I guarantee you.
Yeah, probably, right? So, what do you think, what is the single most important thing you think you're going to take out of the training?
You know, the training is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I loved every minute of it. You and I went to lunch the other day, and I asked you, how do you know if you can make it? What do you got to do? What's that secret? And you told me, believe in yourself. You got to come in every day believing. And that's
Driving mindset, right?
Driving mindset.
That's it.
Everything else is just activity, but driving mindset, and that's the last couple of years I've had. That's been tough. But knowing I can come in here and say, if I can sell a car today, I can do this today, I can change somebody's life today, I can do what has to be done to make this happen. And if it doesn't happen today, it's not going to be my fault. I'm going to work everything I can possibly do to make it happen. And that the rest of the training, awesome, fantastic. The stuff you taught us and everything else, but I think driving mindset is the thing that's going to stick with me for a long time.
What about those dealers out there that are just like, man, it's just the money. They're just like, the money's just, it's just too much.
Yeah, I get it. Money's tight everywhere. Let me point back to Sherry. Sherry's been here for 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. She's sold 3 or 4 cars a month. I think one month she said she sold 6 cars. She's in your class for 2 days, and she sold a brand new car just about for market. I mean, 2 days of training, and she's out there selling. And I think she was about ready to quit. I really do. I think she was at that point of this isn't working. And all of a sudden, she believes in herself. And she can make this happen, and she can find that way. Like I said, the tasks, the education stuff is great, but you have promoted every single one of us. You've encouraged every single one of us to go out there and not just be the typical sales guy and throw keys at somebody, but to really work with them and really find a way to close that sale rather than having a 10 or 20% close rate. I'm looking at more of a 50 that I want to get to.
I agree, and I think I believe it's feasible.
Oh, yeah.
It's called being a professional, right?
Absolutely. I've been to so many car lots where, it's throw the keys at you or, well, do I really want to go out and talk to them? You almost have to stand around the lot for 15 minutes for someone to come out. Mm-hmm. And when they come out, they're not interested in you. They're just interested in going back and doing whatever they were doing. Or throwing the keys at you and getting you to sign a piece of paper and go. The process here it's personal, it's relational, it fits. And from what I'm hearing from some of these guys, having people come back 5, 6, 7 times buying cars because of the relationship they build. Anybody can sell a car once, but if you can sell 5 or 6 or 7 cars to the same person over years, that takes really something.
Would you agree that my training is all about high customer service and low pressure?
Absolutely. I am not a high pressure salesman at all. I've never have been. When I worked retail, I had stores wondering how I did what I did. I'm not high pressure. I just can't sit in front of somebody and bang them into a sale. You don't have to. If you make them like you, if you build a relationship and you help them find exactly what it is they want, the close is an afterthought. It just happens because you're giving them exactly what they need. There's no need for high pressure. The relationship is everything.
I agree. Well, hey, it's been awesome. Been an awesome week.
It has.
Very excited about the candidates we have moving forward. So I'm very confident. I think that you're going to do very well at this, and I'm eager to be back here a year from now and seeing your lovely face still here. So that's the hope, right?
Absolutely.
So awesome. Well,
I'm hoping to be on the top half of the board.
Right. So hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
And wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave.